Freddie Reedhead, and I'm trying to make the impossible possible. I wanted to do something no one else had done. I wanted to climb higher than anyone had climbed, higher than any monument, higher than any mountain. I literally wanted to go to space. So I decided to climb the Stratosphere. Up my parents' staircase. I'd seen other people had done Snowdon, Everest, but no one had done this. I was bored at home, I wanted a challenge, and somehow or other I found a way to climb the vertical height from sea level to the stratosphere in 48 hours. About 6 weeks ago, I ran a double marathon in my back garden. I went in with the intention of maybe walking one and end up running two. I loved it. I don't think it was the distance, I think it was the commitment to do it in a 15-foot garden. I think it was the commitment to do two, not one. And that's always been my thing. It's always got to be something more difficult, something more dangerous, something faster, higher. This Stratosphere Challenge is a prime example of that. From sea level to the stratosphere, it's 10 kilometers. Everest was 8.2. My stairs are 2.6 meters in height. So we divided 10,000 by 2.6 and ended up with 3,846. So in order for me to climb the distance from sea level to the stratosphere, I'd have to climb my parents' stairs 3,846 times. I realized that the type of footwear I was using was crucial. What food, what fluids. Just simply going up and down to the kitchen was wasting valuable time. So I needed things to use on the go. The type of clothing. Is it practical? Is it slowing you down? And I was able to come up with a system and with equipment that would give me every chance of completing this in the 48 hours that I'd allow myself.
Stratosphere stair climb. Let's go. Flight 1.
I was aiming for about 150 flights an hour. I was constantly, like a mathematician, trying to work out how many hours I'd done, if I climbed at that rate, when I would finish. When I first started, there was no stress. I was totally confident. Very little pain, and it was smooth.
There's 1,000. Feeling good. Mind strong.
That quickly became a very different story. I began to slow down considerably. The game plan went out the window. It simply became a question of, okay, let's climb for an hour, let's see how many we can get. I was just looking down and trying to move my body. My heart rate would be through the roof, I'd be shaking, there'd be hot sweats, freezing cold. It genuinely felt like I had the flu. It's the hardest I've ever pushed my body physically, and yet it was twice as difficult mentally. You go to some weird places, both dark and happy places. The lowest point was Saturday evening when I realized I wasn't going to sleep and that I'd only just about got to the halfway line. I was pretty miserable. I decided I wanted a Domino's. I ended up having this Domino's going up and down the stairs, and I was like, this is fine, no stress. An hour later, of course, I'm practically in tears. I'm, repairing blisters. I realized I had a hell of a job on my hands the next day. No one climbed stairs for 2 days. I was simply unaware of what that does to your knees, what that does to your ankles. And what was the most bizarre part of this all was everything I thought would hurt didn't, and everything I thought would be fine hurt. My shoulders, my neck, things that I hadn't even thought about. Just my eyes being open for 46 hours. By the end of it, you are really trying hard to keep them open. I fell down the stairs about 6 times because I lost my focus. But I'm not going to stop now. Worst case scenario, I'll just push myself up the stairs, or I'll crawl up the stairs. The second day, the whole attitude and energy changed. There was no tomorrow, there was no, I'll make up for it. It was game time.
100 to go. That makes me happy.
100 to go, really pulled the shoelaces tight, and I just blasted 100. Climbing those last 10 stairs was special. My mum and dad were there. I could see there was a moment where I thought my mum was gonna cry. My feet felt light, my mind felt relaxed, I felt euphoric. The pain is gone. I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's go. One more. One more. One more.
You're done. 3850.
It happened 10K up the stairs, 46 hours, 30 minutes.
We're done. We're done. We're done. That's it.
This is just the start. This was all done with very little training confined to my house. I'm starting to think, how much further can I push my mind and my body? In what format that is, I don't know. But I'm thinking about things already, and there will be a hell of a lot more than this.